Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Garrett's Guitar Den, and today we're going to talk about the Roland JC77. So Roland started making amps in the 70s. Most of them were made in Japan or the USA. They started with the JC120, then you got the JC60, the JC80, you got all these other amps, and then in the mid 80s to the early 90s they were making the JC77. So I know most people have had or know about the Roland jazz courses. If you have, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. I've had a JC120 and this is my workhorse amp. This JC77 is my workhorse. So I'd love to hear from other guys that have and use these amps or what your opinion on them are. So I use this amp all the time because it has the best clean sound I've ever heard in an amp. It's the only solid state amp that I really love the sound of. And it also has an amazing chorus effect. Roland did something completely different than most amp manufacturers did when they brought out the jazz chorus. So this is a dual power amp, split side. So the 77's 40 watts per side, which makes a total of 80 watts. But what makes it different is one side on the chorus effect runs dry, and then the other side runs a wet signal, which gives you that variation in pitch, which makes it sound really big. JC120 is the same way. Any of the JC amps like that, JC80, JC120, JC77, even down to like the little JC22 is dual stereo. So you're going to get that really big lush chorus sound. I also love the reverb in this. It has a lot of great sound to it. It's not overly saturating. It just adds a lot to the sound of the guitar without really coloring it a bunch. The JC77 though was the first one to add in a high treble knob right here. So instead of just your normal treble, bass, mid, run, you actually have a high treble. And it's, I think, in my opinion, you guys can tell me what you think, it's the only one with a usable distortion. You can turn the distortion down a little bit and just get a nice bite out of it without it sounding like complete garbage like most JC120s do. It also has the variable rate on the chorus, which is a lot different than most. Most of them are fixed, so you just get one chorus sound instead of having that variable rate. So instead of, having that, you have this fixed sound. You get a whole variable rate on here, so you can tweak it any way you like. You have your rate and your depth, so we can crank this all the way up and we can get this. Get this sound. I don't know what you do with that sound, but it's there. And we can turn it down. We can leave the rate up, turn the depth down. That gives us like a super nice, almost 70s chorusy feel. Then we can turn the rate down, turn the depth down, and it's just a nice little. Almost Hotel California feel out of it. It does have a built-in distortion too, so I'm going to post, you'll see on the video some sound bites of me playing a Strat through it at first, and then I'm going to run this through it with some distortion and clean, so you get a humbucker sound instead of the single coil sound out of it. This all in all has been the 1 amp that I will probably always keep, just due to the fact that it's a bulletproof amplifier. It looks this good and it gets used constantly. It gets beat around, it's always being used. It's just it's one of those amps where if you need a great clean sound with a little bit of added mix here and there for a little color, you can't beat it. It just won't break, and it probably will never die. I have seen a few where the reverb quits on them. It's usually a reverb tank issue. Replace the reverb tank or clean the old one out. And it's usually got a broken solder joint, and it fixes it right up. I've never had an issue with this amp. It's always been good to me, and I hope it stays that way. It does look a little dated. I mean, you use this on on a gig now or something. It looks like it walked out of the 80s. It's studded with clad studs. It looks like a couch from 1955 that somebody tried to fix up and recovered in black Tolex. It's the only downfall of it, and the crazy silver grill. But on the bright side, it sounds good. It's fun to play through, and it makes me happy to play it. It's just been a great amp, and it's one of the few solid state amps that actually sounds good. So check out the Roland JC and let me know what you think of it, please. Also, if you need an amp that has line outs, it's got dual stereo. It's also got foot switch outs, but the foot switch of this amp, I can't find one, and if I do, they want about $250 for it. Apparently, they didn't make a lot of foot switches for this amp. They're super rare. It does control, though. It does control distortion, reverb, and your chorus, which is pretty cool. I'm just not willing to pay $250 to $300 to $400 for a stock foot switch for one of these. I can have one built cheaper, which I haven't done because I never need one. So let me know. I am looking for the stock one at a reasonable price. So if you know somebody that has one at a reasonable price, please have them get a hold of me. I'd love to buy it off of them. I just don't want to pay $300 for a foot switch for this amp. Also, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this amp, please. I think it's a great amp. I think if you need a clean amp, this is the amp to buy. Get a JC120 if you need a lot louder. This thing's plenty loud for me. It gets god awful loud. It will hurt. And this room on 3 on the high input side, it's painful. It gets really loud. It'll keep up with a half stack or a loud drummer all day long, and it weighs half of what a half stack weighs. So remember, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, please. I need subscribers. I need views. The views are coming up, which I thank all of you for. I really thank you guys for watching my videos. Leave me comments. I like comments, guys. I love comments. Comment on anything. I don't care. Comment on this guitar. Comment on that amp. Comment on the weird one sticking out of the corner. I know you can see that Line 6 over there. Give me crap for it. That's cool. I'm cool with that. Please leave me comments. Please like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the Roland Jazz Chorus series. Or even tell what's your favorite amp. Leave a comment down at the bottom. Tell me what amp you use and why. I'll see if I can get one. We'll throw it up on the channel for fun. It'd be worth it for me. Let me know. As always, I'll see you guys on the next one.